you mentioned that you wanted to fight Urijah. Now you get to beat the guy who beat him.
Uh-huh.
And Urijah lost to Mike on the same night that you beat Jens. How shocked were you in the back when you saw Urijah lose?
I was actually cage side. I
Okay.
walked back out and was able to get next to the cage. I was looking for my girlfriend and ended up sitting in one area and watching the fight. I wasn't shocked. I was more. I wondered why Urijah wasn't using his speed more than anything. Like he was eager to clinch up, and it looked like he was real timid to me. It looked like once Mike showed his strength, he made Urijah really timid. One thing about me is when I get pushed, I'm the type of guy that has to push back. I'm not. I don't lay back. Like a lot of people when they spar me, they know if they land a shot. And a lot of guys will tell you right after sparring, they're like, damn, I caught Leonard today, and I already knew I was fixing to get it, because I'm definitely that guy. If you hit me, I'm going to hit you back harder. And if you hit me harder again, I'm going to I keep trying to answer. I seen Urijah pull off, and it didn't shock me. It shocked me the way it happened. I thought Mike was going to take him down, ground and pound him, and was going to get a decision, after watching the Karam fight. But when he threw himself onto Mike's punch, it did, it did freak me out a little bit. But I'm happy to fight either guy. Like I said, I didn't care which one it was. I knew that there was a strong possibility Mike could win. But really, for both guys, the game plan's the same, man. I want to stay standing, and they want to take me down. So, nothing really changed up too much, except for I think I got a bigger, slower version of Urijah now.
Going into that fight, Leonard, did you think Urijah was going to win, or did you think Mike was going to win?
I thought Mike was going to win.
You did?
Yeah, I did. We had already talked about it. That's why, even after my fight, I made sure, because I was like, yeah, they were telling me you have to call out Urijah after the fight. After you fight Jens, if you want a title shot, you have to call out Urijah. But I didn't say that. I said Urijah or Mike, whoever has the title after the night. Whereas they were telling me just say Urijah. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Call out Urijah. That's all that I was told. And if you want a title shot, call out Urijah. And I was like, well, I will, but I'm going to say, I know for a fact that there's a chance that Mike could win this fight. And I don't know. It showed early on how much stronger Mike was. I think he hurt Urijah with a punch to the top of the head, which really surprised me about Uriah's chin. I thought he had a little more chin than that. Granted, he took a hell of a shot and didn't go out cold. He stayed conscious and he was definitely dazed, but he was still awake. So I think he does have a decent chin, but Mike was able to hurt him. So that did surprise me though.
So let me ask you this: if Urijah and Mike ever fought again, who wins that fight?
Mike.
He does.
Yeah.
Because of the strength difference? Is that what you're saying?
Yes. Urijah is not he doesn't, without trying to give anything away, if I fight Urijah, he doesn't have power, Mm-hmm. He caught Jens with the liver shot the other day with the left hand to the liver, but Jens cut 20 pounds. He showed up to the WC at 170-something, whatever. He cut almost 25 pounds to make weight for that fight. And that the fight for Urijah was, the fight for Jens that night was just to make weight. He wasn't even, I don't even think he was into the fight, without trying to talk about Jens or anything. He just didn't seem like like he was up for the fight. Like I said, when you show up for a fight and you're 20-something pounds over at this level, you weren't training. You weren't ready, and I think Urijah caught him with a good punch, but he doesn't have the power to put Mike down, and he's not going to out-wrestle him. And Mike's proven again and again, if you watch any of his earlier fights, if you can't outstrike him, he's going to out-wrestle you, and Urijah won't be able to outstrike him, I don't believe.
So Leonard, when you say he showed up in the 70s, how many days before the fight is that?
4 days.
So in 4 days he had to cut over 20 pounds?
Yes.
which for a 55er especially is a big cut, no?
For a 45er.
You're right. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm thinking of his UFC days.
Yeah, well, you think of we fight at 145 pounds. There's not very much more we can cut, you know.
Right.
And 20 pounds coming down from that much. Of course, he was a heavyweight, you know, like Randy Couture or you know, any of those guys. Cutting down 20 pounds isn't that hard of a task in 4 days because they got so much that they can lose. But as featherweights, we don't have anything to lose. You know, we're cutting. We're already depleting our muscles. We're getting into, you know, dangerous zones if you're not trained and ready. You know, and I mean, coming in 20 pounds over is unheard of, I think.
And you're saying he came in around 170?
Yeah, even heavier, I think. They said 173.
So that would have been 28 pounds. That's almost like 20% of his body weight.
Yeah, exactly. He and to Jens's credit, he did it.
Right.
You know, and he said, you know, whenever he first got there and they found out how overweight he was like, you know what? I came in a little bigger than I thought I was. You know, whatever. I'll do it. I'll get down. And he was hurting really bad, man. I had the, you know, the pleasure of being able to sit back and watch a guy cut weight. You know, I was watching Cowboys. He cut, and I mean, all everybody was talking about was how big Jens was when he first got there, and man, you know, he was running real late at night. He was doing different things. He was doing everything he could to get the weight down, but that's crazy, man.
Yeah, hey, man, I give him credit for being able to make the cut, but how do you not know that you're that far over, Leonard?
Yeah, that's another thing too, man. Not being into fights and not being up to par when you got. I mean, I don't know if I can say this or I don't know what the deal is or whatever, but he said he wasn't up for that fight, you know?
Mm.
Yeah.
He told you that.
Yeah, he says he said he wasn't up for it. He wished he had more time to get ready. It was like right after he said, you know, he was doing an interview with Cowboy on the phone, where they did the conference call, all four of them, and he said, man, he's like, I don't know, Garcia took a lot out of me, and I wasn't up for it, you know.
Wow.
I'm not whatever, but he said, but I am a fighter, and I'm here, and I'm gonna make weight, and I'm gonna fight.